The nun who came back from death. An urgent warning about technology. I came back to warn you. I died. Or at least, that's what they said. I remember the exact moment when my breath failed. My heart stopped, and the pain dissolved into darkness. I thought that would be my last moment on earth, that soon I would see what lay on the other side judgment. Perhaps rest. But that's not what happened. What I saw was much worse. And now I'm back because I need to tell you before it's too late. What I saw on the other side. At first, there was only silence. A silence so deep it terrified me. I was in a place without color, without shadow, without light. It was not heaven, nor hell, nor purgatory. It was something different. A limbo. And then I began to see. There were people everywhere, walking as if they had a destination, but never arriving anywhere. They bumped into each other but never looked. They spoke, but no one answered. They felt no cold, no heat, no fatigue. They just kept moving forward, as if obeying something invisible. And then I realized they were holding something in their hands. It was a glass rectangle, glowing with a pale, cold light. Their fingers slid across the surface as if they were writing, scrolling endlessly, searching for something they would never find. Their faces were empty, their eyes tired, their lips slightly parted as if they had forgotten how to speak. I saw parents ignoring their children. I saw children sitting alone, holding these glowing rectangles as if they were the only thing they knew. I saw grandparents sitting in empty chairs, waiting for visits that would never come because their grandchildren were too busy. And then I understood. It wasn't just a dream. It was a warning. The choice we are making. When I returned, I thought it had all been a death-induced delusion. But when I opened my eyes and looked around, I realized that the vision was not an illusion. The world was already like that. I was taken back to the convent. The sisters wept, calling my resurrection a miracle. The doctor who had pronounced me dead couldn't understand what had happened. "Your heart stopped for 3 minutes," he said. "This doesn't make sense." But to me, it all did. I asked to leave. I wanted to see with my own eyes if that grey world, that soulless limbo, was real. And it was. On the streets, I saw small children sitting in strollers, holding phones. Their minds so absorbed they didn't even notice the world around them. I saw parents having dinner with their children without exchanging a word, each immersed in their own screen. I saw an elderly man sitting on a bench, looking at his phone, hoping his son would call. But he never did. And then I knew I had to speak. The future that awaits us. Years passed before my eyes, and I saw what was coming. Those children who grew up without a parent's touch, without their grandparents' stories, without human warmth, became adults, and they would not have children, because they never truly learned to love. The loneliness that shaped them dictated their choices. Now they don't want bonds. They don't want dependence. They don't want the responsibility of creating another life. So they adopted a different kind of family. Pets. I saw apartments without children, but full of dogs and cats dressed like babies. I saw couples who, instead of cradling a child in their arms, put clothes on their dogs and treated them as heirs. I saw birthday parties for animals, but no celebrations for forgotten parents and grandparents. I saw a world where human love was replaced by convenient love, because a pet doesn't ask for attention when you're on your phone. Because a pet doesn't demand presence, doesn't require patience, doesn't challenge your mind. Because a pet doesn't look into your eyes and ask, "Do you love me?" And then I saw the end. Humanity drifting further away from what makes it human. The warning. What I saw was not the future. It was the present. We are drifting apart, replacing human touch with the cold glow of a screen. Parents choose their phones over their children. Grandparents wait, but the grandchildren never come. because they are now raised by videos and algorithms. Houses are full of people but empty of love. And no one notices. Every moment spent looking at a screen is a moment that will never come back. Every choice for the easy path takes us further from what is true. And if we don't change now, soon there will be no choice left. I came back to warn you. The question is, can you still hear me?